Hey everyone, welcome back to Poplar Preparedness. This morning I had a video that I put out. I was talking a lot about being sane and straightforward when everyone else is panicking. And this is kind of going to build upon that a little bit, talking about opportunities in crises. When there are crises that happen and people start lemminging, you know what lemmings do, they start making stupid choices. And if you are someone who has made smart choices, you've planned ahead, you have the opportunity to make out well, okay? When people lose their minds, when people are panicking, when people are responding to their bad choices, that's, as they say, buy when there's blood in the streets, right, when it comes to the stock market. Now, I'm not going to necessarily say that's a good idea this time around, buying when stocks are down significantly. What happens if they keep going down, okay? In investing parlance, you call this catching a falling knife, right? Stocks are dropping like crazy. That's a knife that's falling. If you reach out and you try to grab it, you get cut. That's the investing saying. And so we're gonna be talking about opportunities in crisis, but we're also going to be talking about the dangers in crises. Now, some people are going to be like, "How dare you take advantage of other people?" Listen, when that family down the street is starving and they're ready to do anything, I promise you, it will be better for you to take their silver, their gold, or other valuables in exchange for food. You can be as fair with them as you want to be. Rather than them getting their boomstick out and going and taking the food by force. Which would you prefer in your neighborhood? People going around and taking food by force, or them exchanging with you? Okay? Now, there's danger here, right? There's a lot of danger. There's a lot of things that you need to consider. You will have opportunities in a food crisis to impact people's lives for the better in tremendous ways that you can't right now. Okay? Opportunities. It's not all about like financial opportunities. It's not about like getting ahead and getting rich quick. You will have relational opportunities coming up. When everyone else is losing their minds, you will be able to speak plain truth. And for people that are willing to listen, okay, you may be able to point them in the right direction to make intelligent choices at the outset of the crisis, okay? When you say you need to grow food, and maybe this happens this winter, and you say this spring you need to start growing food. And so that means this winter you need to start preparing your land to grow food. You need to figure out how to do this and this and this. You need to get on this right now. If you want to have food this year, you're going to need to do these steps, okay? You may be able to point people to how to harvest food from their natural environment. There's a lot of plants that you can get food from, right? Also, giving tips on fasting. People like me, I carry around a nice excess food supply store. I can go a while without eating. I can go a couple months without eating, probably. Once you pass 40 days, it starts getting a little dicey. If you're taking nutritional supplements, that can help significantly. But you can go a while without eating. And depending on the decisions that you make, that can either be made a little easier or harder. If you keep eating a little bit as you go along those 40 days, it can actually make the hunger pangs much, much worse. And it can also confuse your body significantly. So there are things that you can do. Just knowledge, giving people knowledge. How do you stay warm in the wintertime? They may not need fuel from you. What they may need to know is information from you. And you will have the tremendous opportunity of speaking that into other people's lives. Are there dangers to that? Yes, there are. If you start taking responsibility for other people, or people view you as taking responsibility for them, will they keep coming to you? Possibly. You need to make the decisions based on the people that are out there. I have long advocated the simple fact that you should prepare for yourselves, your family, your immediate people, and then if you have the bandwidth at all to try to take in that one person, that small family, and take on somebody else to help walk them through this crisis, because it will give you the sense that you really are helping, okay? Because you may not be able to help everybody, but you may be able to help 1 or 2 or 3 people, okay? You may be able to help that single woman with the young child. You may be able to help them, okay? You may be able to help just a few people. Have you stocked up a little extra for them? Are you willing to stick your neck out to save a life or to help somebody through a crisis? Like I said, relational opportunities, okay? You may also be able to pick up things that are more tangible. You may be able to purchase land, okay? These are things that you need to be thinking about. People are like, oh, you don't need silver, you don't need, you just need food. Well, buy enough food then, I've shown before how you can get enough food for 2 people for 6 months for $500 or so, like by just buying off Amazon and such. Amazon and Walmart and whatever. You can do that, right? So when we really talk about how to stockpile for a little bit longer of a crisis, we're really not talking buku bucks here. And that food you can actually just be eating, right, in day to day. If you eat beans and rice and that type of thing in your regular menu, it's a lot cheaper than what a lot of people are eating, right? So you can be saving money and then spending that money on stockpiling and stocking up. That's smart business, right? But once you've stockpiled enough food and you've gotten some of the other accoutrements that you need, that's when silver and gold can make a lot of sense, because you may have the opportunity to buy vehicles, you may have the opportunity to buy houses or land. If you have adjoining land to your property, you might want to go out and purchase that land, because that may help you to grow more food, right? There's things like that. Are you going to take advantage of those opportunities? Because in most cases, those opportunities are not going to just help you. They're going to help these people through the crisis. Imagine you are stuck there with a useless car that you can't put gas into. You're stuck with a house and a property. Maybe you have a second house and a property that you can't get any rent for. That second house and that property may be useless to you, and you're just trying to feed your family, and then somebody's like, hey, I'll buy that house. I know it's well under market value from before the crisis, but I'm willing to pay you this much in silver and gold. And you're like, I can use that silver and gold to buy food for my family. You might think that is yeah, okay, you're losing that investment house, but you are actually going to be able to feed your family, which is true wealth, right? So when you're on that other side of things, you may feel like you're, worried about taking advantage of people. And if you're worried about taking advantage of people, then treat them fairly. Try to give them a good price. Give them what you can. You can pick up a good deal, but it can also be a lifesaver for them. There's going to be opportunities in the coming days with investments and stuff like that to pick up things like copper, silver, gold. Oil is also on sale right now. Now, can you buy oil, crude oil? Not really. It's kind of hard to do that. But you can buy up silver and gold. You can buy up jewelry. You can buy vehicles. You can buy... the grill that I have is like a really tiny grill, like a barbecue grill on my back porch. It's super, super tiny. I live by myself, so it's fine. But it's kind of falling apart, and I got it for free. Somebody had it out by the street, and I'm just like, oh, I'll just take this. I got a free grill. It's not a nice grill. I've heard rumors that Home Depot in some places is like liquidating their grills at significant price declines. So I've been thinking, well, I'd like to go out and buy a grill. If they can give me a grill for a good enough price, I could use one. We could also see that with a lot of products out there. A lot of these stores have ridiculous amounts of inventory that they are having trouble selling. When those prices come down significantly, you need to think the question, if you've prepared and you are in a pretty good place financially, maybe you want to make some purchases. If you want to protect some more of your wealth. Silver and gold just this past week have gone on sale again. So silver came crashing down on Friday. So, maybe you want to buy some silver over the weekend because you anticipate prices going through the roof. Or at the very least, protecting your wealth, your value as the dollar comes crashing down. The dollar is up significantly. That's what happened this past week, is that the dollar went straight up. So if you have US dollars in your pocket, in your bank account, that means everything has gone on sale, essentially. Everything's gone on sale. Now, the stores may not reflect that. Okay, and retail stores probably don't reflect that. But the more price sensitive and even like gas stations are relatively price sensitive. They got the billboards that start changing the prices. You're going to see the gas prices come down a little bit over the next little bit. It may take them until their next fuel delivery, but prices on gas are going to come down, at least in the near term. You go to your silver store, your local coin shop, prices are already down a little bit. Okay, so things are on sale. You might want to take advantage of that. In crisis is opportunity. But when you take advantage of opportunities, you need to make sure you understand the risks. Understand the risks. If you're spending money, make sure you have enough money, right? Make sure you have enough money for other things that you need to do, right? What opportunities are you going to need to be prepared to take advantage of? And are you going to have enough resources to be able to take advantage of those opportunities? The most common thought out thing is silver and gold, but I got a bunch of stacks, flats, back when I was telling you to get your chick coin, right? Your canned chicken, because I said this will be a great currency, because when people are hungry, what will they do for a can of chicken? They may sell things. I mean, I'm not going to sell, buy stuff for like one can of chicken. I'm going to give them a couple flats of chicken and rice. I'll be able to purchase items or whatever. I'll be able to keep someone alive, and I may make a barter deal for some of their goods. And that's the way it works. I don't believe that you should look at somebody who has the capability of paying and just freely give. I think that's, I think that you should sell stuff to people. You should barter with people. I think that's how naturally society should work. Now, if it's something inconsequential, like right now, I could give rice out to people because, if people come over my house, like I'll cook them up a meal. I mean, there's plenty of access to food. I mean, I just go to the store and buy some more food, right? Right now, it's not a big deal. Between me and them, it's inconsequential, right? But once you start entering into business transactions and deals like that, when there is a crisis, I think that you should be setting the expectation that you're selling, you're not giving. Because if you do give away stuff for free, that's a deal that they're going to want to do a whole lot of because it's free. When you're actually making a sale and you're linking that to a price, that puts some friction on there, right? They don't want to keep doing these deals and end up coming out poor. So they're going to make the deals just as much as they need, but they don't want to go too far with that. So, asking the question, what do you have to trade? And I'm saying if people are in desperate straits, if they don't have anything to trade and, they need help and you have the capability to help them, then you would be looking at, either giving them just what they need out of a sense of charity, which is a good virtue to have, right? You may end up being on the other side of that at some point. If there are people passing through your area, you may be able to help them as they pass through, right? Just thinking through all those things. You're going to have tremendous opportunities coming up if you've prepared, if you've planned. And in that case, you need to have a lot of wisdom. You need to understand the risks, but be prepared to seize upon some of those opportunities, right? All right. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know some of you are going to strongly object to some of the things I say. Some of you are going to very much agree with a lot of what I said. Please, we're all learning here. We're all trying to think through what we're going to do in different crises. And of course, some of you have different crises in mind than other people. Some people are thinking financial issues. Some people are thinking SHTF, end of the world, zombie apocalypse kind of thing. And yeah, that's going to be different depending on the kind of apocalypse you're dealing with. All right, folks, if you found this video useful or helpful, you might want to check out this video right here from me. Otherwise, I will see you later. Steve Poplar out.